Hi everyone. So today we're going to see how to clean the geyser. So obviously there is a lot of issues with geyser with salt formation and very slow water while you open the geyser tank. So you'll have a lot of salt formation. We're going to see how to remove that. So first I removed this pipe and I saw that the pathway is clean. So basically I just used a barbecue stick and I see that it's going smoothly. So there is no issue with this. And the pipe is also clean, so you can see the hole, and the washer is also intact. So we're going to open the geyser now and see what is the problem inside. So we'll have two screws here, usually, as you can see, one screw here and one screw there. So we just need to remove the washer, and there are three tools that you would need. One obviously is a wrench, the other one is a screwdriver, and you need a Teflon tape so that you can pack it again, and you also need a spanner set because there will be nuts inside, so you just have to remove the nuts. And be very careful because when we open the wire you have to make sure that you take a photo of it, and so that you can replace them back in the same position. So there will be three wires, as you know. So it's a 3-pin plug and it's a 15 amps plug, 15 or 16 amps, whatever you call it. So there's a neutral, there's a negative, and there's a earth. So these three wires will be leading there, and so you'll have the earthing given on a plate or a nut probably, and all the, both the faces, both the positive and negative, will be given on the immersion rod. So you'll have a rod inside. We're gonna see how we can open it. So while opening, you just have to use a screwdriver, and this lid has come apart. So here's where you will see the wires. So basically this is negative, the red one is always positive, and so as you can see the three wires coming out. So this is the green one, or the yellow one is the green one or the yellow one is a neutral, red one is always positive, and black or the blue one will be negative. So you just have to see where all it went. So as you can see, the earth is given on the panel, the metal plate itself, right? And there is one terminal given here and one terminal given there. So you just have to take a photo of it. So this is basically positive and this is negative, right? If you are not confident about the circuit lines, better not to touch it. So because it's dealing with water and electricity, right? So there's a shock hazard. So if you're confident about it and if you know where this, all goes in, then you can probably, with the confidence you can open it. But take a photo so that you correctly pass on the terminals. So these are the nuts I was talking about, the bolt nuts that we need to open, and we need a spanner for it. So this is a thermostat which helps to auto cut off. So you just have to keep it aside. So what I did is I made a marking saying this is red and this is blue, so that I don't switch the wires. Even if you switch wires, it doesn't matter. So there is a E marking here, so which is for earth. So this is how I did it, so that we can easily identify. So now we're going to remove the bolts. So this is how it looks inside. So I'll just share how it is fixed. So usually this is the heating element, and the salt formation usually happens like this. Just have to carefully remove it, and you can see the salt. So the water is still inside, which means that the water movement is not happening freely. So there's something blocking inside, so we just have to leave our hand and do it. So this is a washer, as you can see. So this washer has to be replaced, otherwise you'll have leaking problems. You see the salt coming out. So this was on the element, heating element, and when you leave the hand, so now the water is flowing right now. Because the problem is, you see there is a small steel pipe running around like this. So that steel pipe goes all the way to the top, and if there's a salt formation, obviously it's going to block the way, and the water will not come in. So you'll have more electricity usage. You see? So you'll have more electricity usage, but the water will be very less. You'll keep on turning on the heater, but there will be no efficiency, and water flow will be very less, which will be a problem. See? Now I'm going to use a scrubber because the scale formation is very hard inside, so I'm just going to scrub it. You can see the color of the water that's coming outside. It's slowly coming in because the pipe inside is blocked. You can't even see the pipe now. And this is the salt that I've taken out from the geyser. And imagine this salt is getting into our hairs, our body. So this water is very hard. So now we can see the pipe. So this pipe is the outlet pipe. So the way it is designed and why this such a big pipe is given is so that when you open the inlet is when the outlet will open. Otherwise it will stay, the water will stay inside. So it is going all the way to the top, and you can see the scale formation. So this is the actual problem. This pipe was the problem. So it was clogging inside and there was a lot of salt. So I just cut short this pipe so that it doesn't hit the wall of the geyser, and I've just made an acid wash here so that the inside salt can go off. So I've removed the pipe and cut it short so it doesn't hit the wall of the geyser. I put this pipe back again, and this is the heating element that we're going to clean now. So I just let it dry in the sun. So the moment you use a screwdriver to just tap it, all this salt will fall down. So this is our heating element after cleaning with a little bit of acid and a scrubber, as you can see there. So this is clean now, so we're gonna put everything back again. Before anything, you just have to put the washer. That is the main important thing. Otherwise the water leakage will be there and you'll have problems with electric shocks and stuff. So this washer is very important. Now we're gonna put everything back again. So like you can see, this is a sliding nut. So this is how it has to be inserted so that it locks and it doesn't come out. So all the nuts has to be put in this way that it goes through the broader end and slides into inside. So all the nuts have been put in the same way, and we're going to close the cover. So before that, so we need to have the wires connected to it. So like I said, the earth is still on this one. Both the earths are connected here. So just going to put this back on, and after that we're going to do the wire connections. So the cover is on. So we're going to put the washer and the nut, tight it firmly so that there is no water leakage. Use a spanner. So I have tightened all the sides. So while tightening, make sure that you do it on the opposite sides. So 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, 6 here. So like that. So all the screw nuts are tight now. So we're going to do the connections. So this red and blue goes together, and this red and red goes together. So basically that's how it is. Just have to be careful, because you got to watch how it was before. That's why I said take a picture of it before you take it out. So red. So this red will go here, because we already marked it. Sorry. So this is the connection. So all the wires are intact. I marked it as blue, so I give the blue wire here, and mark this one as red R, so I gave the red one here, and this one was taken in the photo, so I just plugged it in. So this one can interchange. So here instead of blue it can be red, and here it can be red and blue, and but this one should be intact. So this is the power that goes in, and from here it goes to the rod. So this one has to make sure that you're not switching it. So everything is intact. Now we're going to put the thermostat inside. So this is a sensor or a thermostat that will go inside like this. So all the connections are back in place. We're just going to cleanly wipe it so that there's no water here. There's going to be a little leakage from this place or from here, so which is normal because we washed it, we poured the water outside from here, so some more kind of water will go in this port. So it is normal to have a normal drops coming in here, but it should stop eventually. So if it doesn't, just contact the service center. So when you put back the lid, just make sure that these two locks are joined as latches, and it's very easily pushed in. So don't put any force on any electronic equipment, because the moment you put the force, it's all plastic, it might break and you'll have some leakages and issues. So now you have to put the screws back in. Screws are back, so you're going to put this small little rubber so that it doesn't look ugly. Now we're going to put this geyser back into the wall. So as you can see, it's like a lock, so you have to lift a little bit and then lock it. So you're going to see that. So now the geyser is back in. So every time you change do the maintenance, it's always important to do the Teflon taping properly and change this washer. It's very simple and very cheap in the market. So 10 rupees per Teflon tape and roll, and 5 rupees per washer or something like that. So that there's no leakage and you don't have the annoying drops sound at night, right? Yeah, so we're gonna put it back in and see how it works. Now we have turned on the geyser. The geyser is on and it's very quiet. So I believe it's performing well because we have removed all the salts. And so a tip while tightening this connectors, right? So don't tighten it too much that the water starts leaking from the joints. Tighten it to the extent, just open the tap, tighten it to the extent so that the leakage doesn't happen, and then wipe it with a dry cloth so that you can see whether um, the water is leaking there. So like I said, the small leakage on just below the BE star is still okay because that's the excess water that we drained out. And there it is. Let's see after a few minutes. Now you can see the force of the water. It's full force and it's very hot. One tip to maintain the cleanliness of the tap: always remove the mouth of it, unscrew it, and you'll find the salt there. I'll show it to you here. It's very hot. So the other option is on top of it, use a dishwasher and a small scrubber, the Scotch Brite scrubber to use it, and it'll always shine. So can you imagine, this is like 5 years old tap fittings. So all these are intact and clean and dry. So always make your bathroom clean and dry so that there is no scale formation, and use rough liquid. Don't use acid, use rough for cleaning the tiles. Thank you for watching.